Right, so I'm back with another episode of Fallout 4 Battles. In the last episode, we saw Sins and Gator Claws fight it out. In this episode, though, we'll be seeing the return of the Brotherhood of Steel Knights. This time around, they won't be fighting Sins, they're gonna be fighting ENCLAVE, their age-old arch-nemesis. After my carrier pigeon letter, they both agreed to fight one out for old time's sake. So this is gonna be 50 Brotherhood of Steel Knights versus 50 ENCLAVE soldiers. Now, since that oil rig kinda sank to the bottom of the ocean, their armor is a tiny bit rusty, but it should still offer some formidable protection. So this should be quite the show. Well, starting off this battle, we can see that both parties appear to be rather blind. I guess their power armor visors are kinda fogged up here. But some have drawn their weapons. It appears the Enclave is a tiny bit less blind. Yeah, the Brotherhood can see now too. Very interesting. But we can see a nice laser show here. Red versus red. It does seem that the Enclave has some plasma grenades tucked away, and the Brotherhood of Steel does not appear to be throwing much of anything. I guess budget cuts. I mean, rebuilding Liberty Prime about a few dozen times is probably pretty expensive. I mean, it might mostly be my fault, but don't tell them about that. Anyways, these plasma grenades seem to be seeping right through their power armor, and they don't really seem to have a lot to retaliate with. These lasers don't seem to inflict too much damage against the Enclave power armor, so they're being wiped out very slowly. They are fighting bravely, but it is just not good enough. They need some superior weaponry. If only they had Liberty Prime. But they still have to rebuild them. I'm not sure what happened to Liberty Prime. It's been a while. We should get him back up here. But anyways, we can see Brotherhood of Steel Knights being flung out of my stadium. They are holding a last stand here, but they are being fired upon by many lasers. And that is a fatal plasma grenade right there. And there's only a few knights left at this point, and they won't last that long. Right, it appears they're all dead. The universe's sound is broken though. The fighting was just too intense. Yep, the universe is definitely still broken. I think that's like a delayed Doppler effect right there. Very peculiar. But it is a complete mess on my floor right now. A bunch of laser weaponry, goop, and power armor. As well as microfusion cells. Right, it appears the Enclave are attacking my audience members. Will they survive? That is the question. The glass is bulletproof. But somehow, the Enclave have made it below the stadium. And these two audience members are all that's left. They're fighting for their lives. Will they pull through? That is the question. It appears not, because one just walked off and the other one had his head ripped off as well as being flung up in the air about 50 feet. Very interesting day this is. Alright, well, we can see a bunch of dead audience members on the floor. That Brotherhood of Steel Knight just disappeared. The Enclave does not appear to care too much about murdering people. Just the way I like it. Anyways, that was a very exciting battle right there. If you've got any suggestions for any future battles, be sure to post them in the comments and I will see you in the next episode.